Hi everyone, 13th of June, Tuesday, 24 minutes to midday in Australia. This is blog number 50, which is pretty cool. I didn't really think that I'd get this far. I was just started doing videos one day for my steamit.com blog, and here we are. So it's a bit of a milestone, 50, and at the same time I've actually crossed over, I think it's 210 or more on my YouTube, and on my steamit.com blog I've hit well over 400, which is really cool, and in a sense I sort of appreciate and I'm grateful for anyone that's been following me and supporting what I'm doing, especially those who correspond with me on my YouTube and write little messages and also ask me questions and things like that. I'm always happy to give you my opinion on things or my perspective. So I've actually got a list of some things that I've come across on the weekend I wanted to share with you guys. Now, if we look at the markets, I think anyone that was watching the markets probably should have turned their computer off and gone and done something else, because we saw Bitcoin keep rising, Ethereum is still running hot, and then we saw this sea of red for all the altcoins, and even Bitcoin took a bit of a hit yesterday on Sunday in Australia, about $300. It's bounced back a little bit. It may have been even a bit more than that. It did hit the 3,000 US mark and came down pretty close to 2,500 US, and I think it's sitting at 2,732 now. Ethereum has been racing. Now everyone's sort of going, "Oh, why is that?" And I've been reading a lot of information in the telegrams and other places, and I think the reality is you've got a lot of cryptocurrencies that are pegged pretty much to Ethereum, and a lot of the ICOs that are coming out are requesting Ethereum as the base currency for an exchange in these coins. So a lot of ICOs, which is an initial coin offering for these new blockchain services that are coming up. So I think there was another one on the weekend, and there's a couple of others. So people are putting their money into Ethereum in preparation for the exchange for these ICOs that are happening, and I know there's quite a few all lined up over the next month or so. So we probably see Ethereum just keep racing. Every now and then we might see a bit of a peg back when someone's decided to take a little bit of their profit, which is normal, and we see it over and over. And even this weekend I think was a bit of a bloodbath really for for the altcoins, and again it's probably the second major little pullback that we've had in recent times, and again it's healthy for the industry, and it's healthy for the markets. You don't want bubbles forming, you don't want overinflated prices for these altcoins. There's no doubt people like to make money, and we want to have a decent investment in the future, but I think you've got to, just like I've said in previous videos, you've got to do your research and back the coins that you believe in the long term, and stack and hold and do what you need to do, and just keep your ear to the ground for any news. And if you do see a bubble, I'm not going to say it's not something I would necessarily do, but if you do see a really, really aggressive bubble, you could always maybe take a risk and sell a third of your stake or something like that, and maybe buy in at 10 or 15% or less, and improve your stake. However, you're speculating, it's a bit of a risk. It's not something I would do. I've learnt my lesson, and it's a bit stressful. I tend to just buy on the dips now, and I'm just sitting back and watching this whole industry evolve. Now, in saying that, we've got a lot of interest and a lot of money coming in and out, and a lot of speculation, and a lot of people being quite emotional about this whole sector. Now, I came across this article on Bitcoin Magazine. I just wanted to share it with you. It was basically based on a study. So they've done a legitimate study on how many actual people are invested or are using cryptocurrencies at this present time, and what they've come up with is a number of about 3 million. And in some ways I thought, oh gee, that's not many, when you think we've got 6 billion people. Well, is that over 7 billion people in the world? Probably 7.5, closing in on 8. So you think, well, 3 million is not a lot, but if you think about cryptocurrencies have really taken off since March, January, February, March this year, where we saw a massive influx and injection of cash. 3 million is probably pretty decent amount of people involved in 6 months. So it's only getting exponential, and I think that's what's happening. We're seeing that if we did that report, or did this report again, you probably find the numbers are increasing at an exponential rate. So there's a recent report was released by Cambridge Centre for Alternative Finance, and it shows that cryptocurrencies have a broader acceptance than originally believed. It estimates that more than 3 million people are actively mining, accumulating and storing cryptocurrencies. This puts its research at odds with previous guesstimates, which pegged the number at around 1 million. To reach this conclusion, the Cambridge Centre for Alternative Finance analysed data gathered from roughly 75% of the cryptocurrency industry, more than 100 companies in 38 countries. So if they've only got 75%, it's still a guess, but you could probably say there's a lot more. If you look at some of these Asian countries that have got involved, I think Korea, China, Japan, they've got quite a large user base. So I'd be surprised to think that 3 million is actually that accurate. However, it's still a good number, especially if anyone that's got an investment, because guess what? Mainstream is nowhere near invested in this industry yet. So if you've got in early and you're holding and you're stacking, I think there's some good times ahead in the next 2 years before some of the big boys come in and try to manipulate and take control and regulate this whole sector. And like I said previously, you probably find some of these coins will plateau as they realise their true market value and their services and their business plans and their development come to light, and people start making more realistic decisions in regards to where they invest their money. So the study is quite a big deal and highlights an unprecedented growth of cryptocurrencies. Bitcoin was established in 2009 and enjoyed complete market domination for quite a while. Recently, though, it has fallen to 72%, thanks to the introduction of other cryptocurrencies. And that's 72% of the whole entire market cap, including altcoins. That doesn't mean Bitcoin's losing money or going down. It's actually the complete opposite. It just means that altcoins are coming in and taking a share. But as the user base increases, that share of Bitcoin is obviously not being affected too much. It's growing, and all the alts are growing, and the whole sector is growing. So it's great to see. Even business has jumped in on the bandwagon, which is a good thing, as it will be the key to Bitcoin's long-term survival. As more and more companies accept Bitcoin as a form of payment, attitudes surrounding the currency itself will change. People will see it as less an investment like stock, more like what it really is as money. Now, I see gold and silver as money. Anything physical is money. Anything that you can hold is money. I see fiat currency as a unit of exchange. It doesn't really hold much value apart from something that you give to someone. And same with digital. You've got to be careful. I don't really believe in having the biggest digital wallet in history, because you turn the power off and there's nothing left. In theory, I think it's pretty hard to shut down the internet in this modern world. But if you're going to have any portfolio, especially with altcoins, I think you've got to at least realise some profits at some stage, and invest into some real things like life experiences, have some fun, but definitely buy some property or some land, and invest in some real things like that, and that includes gold and silver. I think gold and silver should be between 10 and 25% of your holdings in regards to your savings, especially for long term, because it does outperform the stock market. It doesn't matter what anyone says about the manipulation and things like that. Gold and silver in the long term will always bring you a greater return, and I think we're going to see gold and silver show its true colours very, very soon, and it's going to settle at a very, very new price after we have a bit of a reset in the monetary system. But that's still a few months ahead, but maybe not as far as we think. Back to the article, increased acceptance in the business market is also a positive sign for non-profits, as it gives them more precedence to accept Bitcoin donations. Although this is still in its early adoption phase back in 2014, many non-profits are now seeing Bitcoin advantages over cash, besides providing an additional revenue stream. There's no doubt if you're taking Bitcoin, it's probably a good idea, because Bitcoin's increasing in value, and it will do so for the next couple of years, and who knows what's going to happen after that. So any money you take now is going to be worth more in 2 years' time. I think the big thing too, with anyone that's interested in cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin's to me is not the main player. I see it as definitely as the peg. It's the base. It's the foundation. But what's going to really drive this entire industry forward is the innovation and the evolution and development of these different blockchains that are providing different services. Ethereum, Digibyte. You've got the EOS, or even the BitShares graphene-based blockchain. These guys are going to be building these bubbles of services which are going to really change the way we view internet and information storage and definitely the currencies. There's no doubt about that, but that's only one aspect. For one thing, the processing fees are much lower than those of credit card transactions. Furthermore, some third-party processors even do conversions for non-profits at no cost. This also greatly simplifies donations from overseas. So, there's going to be being decentralised. I think and with more competition, with more cryptocurrencies coming out, the fees are going to drop. Obviously, as the prices increase, the fees come down. People also can vote. Depending on what cryptocurrency you're involved with, you can vote on these fees, and that's what I like about it. There's going to be a massive influx, I think, towards cryptocurrencies when people start becoming more comfortable. And I think the real thing will be is when there's a wallet or an application that seamlessly makes this really easy for someone who's not really good with computers. Like at the moment you've got to download wallets and all the sync times, and you've got to worry about your passwords, and you've got to have all these different wallets open, and you've got online, and people are a bit nervous, and I think that's what's holding a lot of people back. Some people just won't even look because people are busy and they're stressed. They don't want to have to sit down and read how to implement a lot of these cryptocurrencies into their life. All they want to do is just sign up and have a card and have it nice and easy, and that's coming. It is coming, but that's what I would like to see. At the moment, I'm diligent enough to have all of my wallets and all those type of things, and that's the difference between being successful and from an investment point of view. Is you've got to go and do the work, and you've got to do the syncs. You've got to sit there and allow the wallets to download, and you've got to research into all the cryptocurrencies. And anyone that does that, it's going to win. Ending this article here, the future of cryptocurrencies. As the number of cryptocurrency users grows, the system must change to accommodate them. One subject that's due for an overhaul in 2017 is privacy. Currently, with the right information, it's quite simple to tie a Bitcoin address to an owner. This opens up a potential avenue for individuals compromising private information. We may also see the advent of classes focused on cryptocurrencies such as the ones developed by Ohio University. Colleges may even start to accept Bitcoins as tuition payments. Overall, the future of cryptocurrency seems bright, with 3 million active users and more, and counting. Businesses across the nation may soon support them as payment methods. Non-profits will have more flexibility with donations, and students will have more options to pay for college. As for the future of the US dollar, only time will tell. Obviously, this is a US-based article. Cryptocurrencies are obviously international, and I can see what is the future of the US dollar. I think that it'll have to go onto the blockchain. That's what I can see. If we're going to maintain our national currencies, I think they have to go to blockchain to maintain that seamless gateway between one cryptocurrency and another, as well as the security, and systems. You can't have the old school plus the new school and expect it to work well together, because there's going to be issues with coding and all these other things that are going to be implemented over the next 2 years. Maybe we'll see the US dollar die. Maybe, and I think in a lot of ways I'd be quite happy to see that. I'm sort of against all this nationalism now. I'm not a really big fan of the globalists, only because of the people who want it. They're all just old, obsolete dirtbags, really, who don't really do too much for the world. Otherwise, they'd be, we'd have free energy and we would have solved hunger by now. They've got enough money to do it, and they don't. That's because they're just shit people. I know what I'd be doing if I had a lot of money and I've got plans, and if I do well out of cryptocurrencies, I'll be doing whatever I can for my communities. That's what I know. The last thing I'll be doing is buying a Lamborghini. I don't need it. I want to contribute, and I think that's what, at the end of the day, that's pretty much the premise of this whole cryptocurrency world. Is there's going to be some great opportunities, and anyone that's watching this, if you do really well in cryptocurrencies and you make a lot of money, don't fall to the dark side. How about you make some contributions to the world and give a whole heap of it back and make a difference? I think that's what we're all here for. If you're not doing that, life's pretty much sucks. So that's all I wanted to share with you. I've hit some milestones, 50th blog, and hit my numbers on YouTube, and I appreciate that a lot. And definitely on Steam it. Come and sign up and upvote my posts. I'll upvote all your comments and things like that. So you do get paid for that interaction, and I do look after anyone that comes onto my page. That's for sure. Very loyal type of ideology, and I think that's what it's all about. We're all in this together. So that's all I've got to share with you. I've got a couple of other videos that I'll do. I'll do some after lunch and upload them as soon as I can. So thanks for watching, guys. Let me know what you think in the comments.